Cathedral of St. Mary of the Immaculate Conception in Lafayette is celebrating 150 years this week. It's been on South Street since Abraham Lincoln took office. Joining me now to talk about the history and how the church plans to celebrate its milestone is Father Jeff Martin and Matt Polly. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Kayla.
So, obviously this is very special for parishioners, but it's also just special for people who live in Lafayette. This is a big part of their history. Just kind of talk a little bit about the history of this building.
So we moved to the current location in 1866 is when the cathedral was built, and before that was at 5th and Brown. So we have now been there, again, 150 years. August 15th is the anniversary date, so that's when we'll celebrate our anniversary.
And what are you doing to celebrate?
So on the 6th of August we have a gala, and it's kind of an adult event with dinner and dancing. And then on the 14th is when we'll have the formal anniversary celebration. And we'll have the Mass, and then a brunch, and then games for the kids. So it should be really a great opportunity to be together as a parish family.
And Matt, I understand you are responsible for making the documentary. How's that going?
Absolutely, it's going really well. We've been using the historical information that Dr. Jim Bailey has put together, so it's made my life a lot easier. We're finding great old photographs, great pieces about the history, and it's good to put it into context, right? 150 years ago, Lafayette was a very different place. So seeing all the struggles that they went through to put this building together is really great to put it into context for us now.
Talk a little bit about, what interested you when you were going back and looking back at how things used to be. What would just kind of be something that you just had no idea before?
A couple things that really stood out to me. One was looking at the context of the parishioners at that time period. During the 1840s and 50s, the parishioners that would eventually go on to build the church were immigrants. Many of them didn't speak English. Many of them were escaping war and famine. A lot of Irish were escaping the Great Famine in Ireland at the time. So they came over with a lot of struggles, and then they built this amazing community, and then they represented that great community by this amazing building as kind of a great representation to God, right? It's a wonderful space that they really struggled to put together, and they did it together.
So what do you think it's going to mean to the parishioners to have this 150 years gala and brunch? I mean, just kind of talk about what it's going to mean.
Yeah. For me, it's been kind of like opening up a time capsule. You get pictures from family members that have been there. There's a great-grandson, and his great-grandmother their wedding was officiated by the founding pastor. So it's cool to look at those pictures and to get a connection. Like Matt mentioned, Ireland, I saw an old homestead from Ireland, and God willing, we're planning a trip to go to Ireland next summer. So it's kind of cool to have that connection with the history of where they came from. And going from 25 families now to 1,200 families, it's, like the city has grown, the parish has grown as well. And it's very diverse as well, not just a lot of different cultures now. And it's so beautiful to see that diversity, coming together and praying together.
All right, great. Well, congratulations on 150 years. Hopefully many more to come.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kayla.